You train 5, maybe even 6 days a week. You spar hard, you hit pads, you grapple, you lift weights. So why do you still gas out? If you've ever wondered why someone who trains less than you can still outlast you, the answer probably isn't that they're fitter. It's that they're training the right energy systems, while you're training the wrong ones. Today I'll show you the biggest conditioning mistakes fighters make, and how elite fighters actually build cardio that lasts for every round. Most people think cardio is simple. Run more, get fitter, fight longer. But fighting isn't a marathon. It's hundreds of explosive efforts. Punches, shots, scrambles, clinch exchanges. Each one costs energy. And between those moments, your body has to recover as fast as possible before the next exchange begins. That's why two fighters can have exactly the same 5-kilometer running time, yet one looks fresh in round 3, while the other is barely surviving. Running measures one thing. Fighting demands much more than that. The biggest mistake fighters make is treating fight cardio like marathon cardio. Hours of slow running definitely improve your aerobic fitness, but they don't teach your body how to repeatedly explode, recover, and explode again. That's exactly what fighting demands. Elite fighters still build an aerobic base, but they don't stop there, because having a big engine means nothing if you don't know how to use it. The first thing elite fighters build isn't explosive conditioning. It's their aerobic engine. Think of it like the engine in a car. A bigger engine doesn't make the car faster on its own, but it lets it keep performing without breaking down. Your aerobic system is what helps you recover between exchanges, between rounds, and even between training sessions. Without it, everything feels harder. This is why you'll often see professional fighters doing easy runs, rowing, cycling, or swimming. Not because they're trying to get tired, but because they're building the foundation that every other type of conditioning relies on. Once that engine is built, the conditioning starts to look much more like an actual fight. 3 to 5 minute rounds, 1 minute rest, explosive combinations, takedowns, scrambles, clinch work. Why? Because your body adapts to the demands you place on it. If your conditioning looks like a fight, it becomes much easier to perform in a fight. That's called specificity, one of the most important principles in sports science. The closer your training matches competition, the better it transfers. Now it's time to train the highest gear. This is where hard intervals come in. Assault bike sprints, hill sprints, rowing intervals. These sessions improve your ability to produce high power repeatedly. But here's where most fighters get it wrong. They turn every conditioning workout into one of these. Elite fighters don't. Because if every session is maximum intensity, eventually, every session becomes average intensity. Instead, use hard intervals once or twice a week, recover properly, then hit them with quality. That's how you actually improve. There's one final piece of the puzzle that most fighters completely overlook. Recovery. You don't get fitter during conditioning. You get fitter when your body recovers from it. Think about it. If you're constantly tired, sleeping 5 hours a night, skipping meals, or dehydrated, how can your body adapt? It can't. The best fighters don't just train hard, they recover hard too. That's why sleep, nutrition, and hydration aren't optional. They're what allow every conditioning session to actually make you better. So if you want better fight cardio, avoid these 4 mistakes. Number 1. Only doing long-distance running. It builds part of your engine, but it won't prepare you for the explosive demands of a fight. Number 2. Going all out every conditioning session. If every workout is a max effort, your quality drops and your progress eventually stalls. Number 3. Making your conditioning too general. Your cardio should look more like fighting, not just fitness. And finally, number 4. Ignoring recovery. Because without recovery, you aren't improving. You're just accumulating fatigue. The biggest lesson? Elite fighters don't rely on one magical cardio workout. They build an aerobic base. They train specifically for fighting. They include high-intensity intervals. And they recover properly so they can actually adapt. That's how they keep pushing the pace, even in the final round. So the next time you think you need another brutal conditioning session, ask yourself, am I training harder or am I training smarter? Because the smartest fighters usually have the biggest gas tanks. If you want a complete conditioning system, instead of trying to piece everything together yourself, check out my 6-week Fight Endurance Blueprint. Inside, I cover the exact strength, conditioning, and recovery methods I recommend to help fighters build an elite gas tank without sacrificing strength or power. You'll find the link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more evidence-based videos to help you become a better fighter. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite way to build fight cardio? I'll see you in the next one.